This also brings to light a second principle of singing high notes, which is called vowel modification, narrowing the vowel. Now again, this is a setup that you don't always have to do, but it's sort of a first step that you have to master, and then you can move into more style and more tone and different colors in your high voice, okay? But the deal is, in the beginning, we're trying to register our voices. Your different registers are chest voice, middle voice, and head voice. And as we sing through the range, we're trying to register, which means we're trying to move from one register to the next. Okay? And a lot of singers, when they go after high notes, they're going to open the mouth bigger and bigger, they're going to get louder and louder, push the air harder and harder, and that jams you up in the lowest register. It makes you feel stuck in chest voice. So when we start to narrow the shape of the mouth, it gives you access to head voice. Remember that principle. Wider vowels encourage more chest voice, or more strength in your tone, and narrow vowels encourage head voice and more release in your tone. So that's why a lot of head voice exercises start with very small vowels. So if I'm trying to learn to sing up into my range and I get stuck, the first thing that I want to do is either try some narrow vowels or try narrowing the vowel. What that means is that if I was coming up and I get wider and wider and I get stuck, oh, and I can't get past that point, what I want to do is narrow the vowel towards those ooh lips. Oh! So I can be wider in the bottom, oh! But the higher I go, the skinnier I want that vowel to become so that it gives me better access to my higher register. Oh! And it sneaks me through the bridge successfully. Everybody try that, okay? We're going from a wide open oh to more of an Irish ooh, okay, as we get in the top. Or like you're from Minnesota, okay? So go for that more closed oh as you get into your high pitch and see if it can help you access the head voice easier, okay? Take a breath for me and go for a siren. 1, 2, 3. Open oh, oh, and go towards oh, and try to access your higher range. Right. You can feel this principle too if you put a hand on your chest and one on the back of your head, okay? And feel how the wider vowel is going to encourage resonance in the sternum. Say, oh. Oh. Now round that and say, ooh. And feel how that's a much cooler tone and you feel like a little bit more access to the high part of your voice. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Okay? So these are called resonance gestures or acoustic gestures, and by changing the shape of your mouth, you're changing not only the tone quality, but also the access that the voice has with these different register transitions. So that's what you were working on there, and vowel modification can be huge. So now let's go back to our scale real quick, and let's try singing that O vowel. Let's go to the 9-tone scale. And I want you to try this pitched now. So you're going to start with the more open quality, O, and I'm going to sing oh. Can you hear me kind of flexing between a more open color and a closed color? Oh, 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 oh. Here's the opposite. Oh. See how it kind of distorts the voice, starts to feel kind of heavy and shouty. And I'm exaggerating, but oh. It's trying to stay in chest voice. Oh, oh. Moves it through the transition to the next register. Oh, oh. Can you hear that subtly in the microphone? Okay, so we're going from oh to ooh. Or if you're having trouble with that, you need a more dramatic change, go towards the pure ooh vowel. Oh on top, okay? Let's all try this. Get a good breath, and let's flow through that scale. Oh to ooh. 2, 3, go. Start more open. And narrow your vowel as you cross into the top. Good. That's it. Feel it move easily. crossing your bridges, okay? It's normal for this to cause your voice to flip. You may flip a little bit as you start doing this, but what that is your muscles are coordinating for the first time. So a lot of us have taught the chest muscles to bulk up a little bit as we approach the bridge to try to hang on to a successful sound and a stronger sound. When you start narrowing your vowel and it starts to thin the chords and bring the muscles responsible for head voice in, sometimes it's going to cause a flip. But what this means is that new muscles are starting to coordinate, and that's going to smooth out, and you're going to have more freedom than you had before. So don't fear the break, okay? Don't fear the crack. It's actually progress, and the more you practice, the more gradual the change is going to become in both directions. It's actually important that you teach your voice to flip, and then you're going to start to move forward towards more success. When we hear a flip in our voice and we fear it, and then we go back to, if I went, oh, 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 and I go, I don't even want to hear that, and then I go, oh, I'm just reinforcing the bad muscle memory. So you got to be vulnerable, you got to go through that flip, oh, oh, and before you know it, you're going to start getting, oh, as those muscles learn to cooperate better. You'll get there. You just got to keep running the scale, okay? Again, everybody, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent.
Interested in more voice training? Visit us at wolfstudiosnyc.com.